Let's 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 start there. Let's start there, J Main.
Coffee and cigarettes, things like of that nature that I got, the more I wanted. The more boys that I picked up, the more I wanted. Um, it was like it became a challenge to see a pretty little young boy come in and
Hey, you can't get mad at somebody for saying the truth, but you can despise them for being a liar. And hey, disagree with it or not, you know what? Don't be mad at him. He's just telling you what it is.